All right. Happy Monday. Happy first Monday of the new year. Apologies. I'm a couple minutes late. I was on another call and it just kept going and going and going, when that happens. So welcome to the very first Monday of the brand new year. And sorry, my Aries tech had dropped, so just propping it up. I'm Julie with Balanced Life with Julie. I'm a regenerative health practitioner and holistic nutritionist. And I am so excited for 2025. I'm not sure if you've had a chance to really meditate and think on what you'd like to create in your world for 2025, but I actually wanted to start with a quote. I saw this yesterday, and I think it is such a powerful thing to keep in mind. So the quote is, "You're not too old to start over. You're too old to keep doing what isn't working." Right. And I know that a lot of people don't like the idea of New Year's resolutions. And if that really trips you up, think of it more as like an opportunity to tune into a global frequency. And because there is an energy, I was speaking with a client last week in Denver, and him and his partner are doing a 90-day lifestyle transformation. And the cool thing about this time of the year is that a lot of people are doing transformations. They're evaluating their health and their life, and they're getting on board. And so you can really tap into that energy and use that to lift yourself up and get yourself going on the path to transformation. So I get a question all the time of like, how do I get started? How do I get started on a health reset? What exactly does that look like? And a lot of times people get really tripped up because they think they have to do everything all at once. And if they don't take on everything all at once, then it's not going to work. So I would say start simply. And because we're spiritual beings having a human experience, we're in this physical vessel. This is why health is so important, because if you don't feel good in your body, you're going to have a really hard time in your life going after the things that you really desire to create. So it always begins with us. It always begins with our physical vessel. So some basic things that you could start doing right away without having to do too much is found the two things that I feel are super foundational to health are quality hydration and quality nutrition. So you can start to swap out things that are not working in your nutrition and bring in some new things. So what does that look like? Well, one of the best ways you can start off your day is with fruit for breakfast. We are detoxing. Our body is still detoxing between 5 and 11 a.m. So when we put foods in our body that are really difficult for our body to break down, things that are really processed, different types of food groups that really slow down digestion, then it makes it really hard for your body to continue to detox. So if you're having the typical Western breakfast of bacon, eggs, what else? Toast, potatoes, and a little bit of fruit at the end, that breakfast will not even be fully broken down and digested by the time you go to bed. That's how hard it is for your body to break down that type of food, quote unquote food. So if you can make digestion easier on your body and make it simpler, then you're going to have more energy for your day. You're going to continue to support the detoxification process within your body, and you're also going to feel better mentally and emotionally. So just give it a try. Start your day with like a bowl of berries or different types of apples. There is a saying, if you are in a part of the world where you have access to melons are great to have for breakfast. but you never want to mix melons with other fruits because they digest and break down the fastest. So there's a saying in regenerative health, have melons alone or leave them alone. So start to just practice that. The other thing that I really encourage people to do is hydrate. So many of the chronic health issues that people are experiencing is really a lack of proper hydration. And the fact of the matter is that water is essential. We are mostly water. We are more water than anything else. And beyond that, we are energy and frequency. So personally, I'm going to actually get my water bottle going. I use this bottle because it has frequencies in the lid. Hydration is so foundational. And I have tested, I've done a live blood analysis of my blood before I have water from this bottle and after. And I have seen under the microscope that my cells, my red blood cells separated. The plasma looked better. So I have seen for a fact that this bottle absolutely works. And there's a reason why I work with it and I don't work with other bottles. But hydration is so foundational because water helps to bring oxygen and nutrients into all of your trillions and trillions of cells. It helps with digestion. It helps with circulation. Every single cell in our body is made up of fluid. So if you're dehydrated at the cellular level, it's going to make it really hard for your body to carry on with the cellular process. In fact, I was on a call just before I did this live, and there was a woman that was talking about how she just had her baby. She just had a baby not that long ago, and she didn't realize that she was dehydrated. She had this nasty cold that just would not go away. And when she went into labor, they actually put her on fluids, and all the symptoms went away. So the reason that she was feeling the way that she was feeling was at the cell level, she wasn't hydrated. Whoop, sorry. I got to remember to turn my phone off. So let me just turn it off right now. So those are the two basic things that you can do. I'm proving to you right now that multitasking is not a thing. So nutrition, quality nutrition and quality hydration is really, really important. It is foundational. If you can start to do those two things in terms of your health, you are going to see improvement. The other thing that I think is really really important is moving your body every single day and making it a point of getting outside into nature if at all possible. For me personally, I do at least a 45-minute walk a day. Sometimes I break it up. So maybe I'll do 20 minutes earlier in the day and then 20 minutes a little bit later in the day. I also try and schedule myself in such a way that I don't book back-to-back calls so that I have a little bit of space in between calls to move my body, to get away from my desk. So movement is really, really vital. And a lot of times people are like, well, what is the best way? Whatever you enjoy doing, whatever inspires you to move. So if you're someone who really loves yoga, then start doing yoga. There's lots of free content on YouTube. You can find a beginner's yoga class, or one of the best things about doing anything is community. So if you do have a yoga studio near you, go out there, start taking some classes in public, get to know people. I don't think I've mentioned this on these lives, but I taught yoga for years and years and years. Like I've always been in the holistic health side of things. And I taught yoga for a long time. It is a beautiful practice. It's a powerful practice. And to this day, I still practice every single day. Sometimes it's a shorter practice, other times it's a longer practice, but it is so, so important to get in touch with your physical body and to move your body. So to me, yoga, walking, Pilates, rebounding, weights, whatever it is, try different things. If you haven't found the thing that you like, keep trying something until you click with something. Years ago, Back in like 2014, 2013, 2014, I took up Muay Thai, which is like so out there for someone like me because I'm more like Zen. I do weights, I do walking, I do yoga. I've started to do some Pilates. So it's good to find things that resonate with you because you're going to be inspired to take action, right? So we've covered the nutrition side, we've covered the movement side. The third thing that I think is really really important is to dial in your sleep. Now, the client that I was speaking to last week in Denver, him and his partner have got into this very nasty habit of going to bed somewhere between 2 to 3 in the morning. And what I shared with him is that a lot of times we have this idea of thinking that whatever time we go to bed is when the body starts its process. But we are tied to nature. We run on a 24-hour circadian rhythm. This is really important to understand. So when you go to bed past midnight, you miss all of your endocrine sleep. Your endocrine system is repairing between 9 and midnight. So every time you miss that sleep, that means that your endocrine system doesn't recover. So if you don't know what your endocrine system is, that is responsible for all the hormones in your body. So it regulates your pituitary, your pineal gland, your hypothalamus, your thyroid, your parathyroid, your adrenals. So if one of your goals in the in the new year is to actually release weight, but you don't go to bed until 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, and you're watching TV or you're on a screen until right before you go to bed, guess what? Your body doesn't get that endocrine sleep. And that means your hormonal system doesn't recover. The other thing is the deep sleep is really, really important, and the amount of sleep is really important. So if you're getting less than 6 hours of quality sleep night after night, what is happening for your body is your body is never recovering because you're not getting enough sleep. So if you get less than 6 hours of sleep over a period of 1 week, you actually put your body into insulin resistance. So sleep hygiene is really important. I strongly encourage you to step away from all screens 30 minutes to an hour before bedtime. Get away from the blue light. If you can wear blue light blockers in the evening, if you are on screens, that would be ideal because it's going to help you to get better quality sleep. It's going to help you to get better deep sleep. I personally use something called Apothecary and Pineal Clear. I usually have it between 6 and 7 in the evening. And the reason that I have it is I know that it helps with the Apothecary in particular, helps with deep sleep. And I've taken that consistently for well over 5 years. And then in the spring, I added the pineal clear because it helps with decalcification of the pineal gland. All of us have been exposed to fluoride, and what the pineal gland is responsible for a lot of different functions within our body. But most importantly, it helps with vision and sight. I mean, not vision as in eyes, vision as in vision purpose for your life. And this is going to lead to the next thing. So, having really good sleep hygiene, getting away from screens 30 minutes to an hour before bedtime, having a wind down routine, whether it's doing some deep breathing before bedtime, reading a book, doing a short meditation, something to unplug yourself from the day. I personally love to do a gratitude practice. So I have a journal by my bedside. I take it out every night right before I go to sleep. I start writing out what happened over the course of the day that I'm really, really grateful for. And as I'm laying in bed, drifting off to sleep, I'm thinking about those things. I'm having appreciation in my life for everything that my relationships and my health and whatnot. And that actually puts you in a different zone. It actually calms down your nervous system. Most people, I would say, live in a sympathetic nervous system state, meaning that they're chronically stressed out all the time. And when you're in that state, it actually burns through all your minerals. It it creates a lot of dysregulation within your body. And if you are dealing with a chronic health issue and you're trying to recover, your body can't recover if it's in a sympathetic fight or flight state all the time. It's like having your foot on the gas and the brake at the same time. You go nowhere, right? So this is really, really important. I encourage you, before you go to bed at night, just lay in bed and do some deep breathing, do some gratitude and appreciation. When you wake up in the morning, first thing, do some gratitude and appreciation. I've like trained myself all these years of doing this work. Now, when my eyes open first thing in the morning, or even as I start to like come to, I'm like, oh, it's morning time. It's, 6:00 in the morning or whatever it happens to be. My mind automatically starts going to gratitude. It starts thinking about what it is that I'm grateful for, what do I appreciate. I do I am statements. That's how I've trained my mind. So I don't right away go to stress and worry and thinking about the day and all the stuff, because then you put your body in a state of stress before your feet have even hit the ground, right? So I'm big on training the mind. Just as you train your physical body, you must train your mind. You have to teach it what to focus on. And if you keep focusing on things that are creating stress and dysregulation within your body, you're going to pull more of that into your life. So this is my final thing that I want to touch on, is if your desire is to create a new life, you have to work on your mindset. How can you work on your mindset? Well, by what you consume. So start paying attention to people who do training on mindset, people who do meditations and things like that. I'm a big fan of Dr. Joe Dispenza's work. I have been meditating since 2007. And out of all of the things that I do for my health and well-being, if people ask me what it is that I feel truly transformed me, I feel the practice of meditation. And it has been a powerful, powerful tool to allow me to have perspective, to practice compassion, not only for myself, but for others, and to train my mind, right? Our mind will go all over the place if we let it. And so it all comes back to you. You have to find ways to train yourself into gratitude, into joy. And I'm telling you this not as somebody who has had a perfect life. I don't know how much you know about my story, what you have gleaned from social media, but real quick, I've had some doozies of life challenges. I left home at 15 with nothing but a garbage bag of clothes. My husband died very suddenly over 12 years ago, and I came home and I found him. It is incredibly traumatizing. I had many, many years, especially when I was young, where I didn't know if I was going to have enough money to pay my rent, cover my school costs, and do the things that I wanted to be doing. So I had many years where I was broke. And guess what? I did not have parents to call to bail me out. And then after my husband passed away, because of the trauma and what I went through, I ended up getting diagnosed with hypothyroidism, Hashimoto's. My adrenals were completely tanked. So those are like some of the life challenges I've had. And even in the midst of that, even in the midst of those challenges, especially in the years after my husband passed away, I still practiced gratitude. I still meditated. I still did my spiritual practice. This is, I think, part of the reason why so many people suffer in this world is because they don't have a connection to a power that is greater than themselves. I don't care what you call it. You want to call it God, go ahead, call that consciousness God, call it the creator, call it the universe, use whatever word makes you feel comfortable. But if you think it's just you and the world, you against the world, it's going to start to feel really lonely and isolating at times, especially in times of challenge. But if you have a spiritual practice, no matter what challenges you're going through, you know that you are divinely protected and you are divinely guided. So if you want to transform your world and transform your life in 2025, it is vitally important. Number one, you prioritize your physical health. Take care of your physical vessel. You have been gifted this body by the Creator to go out and experience all the richness of life. But if you don't take care of your health, how are you going to enjoy life? Right? So that's first and foremost. Move your body, move your dang body, especially if you're someone like me who does a lot of sitting because of what I do for work. You need to move, right? Work on your mindset. Work on your mindset. And in this age of information, we have so many ways to train our mind. I personally am a big believer in meditation. I use tapping. I do forgiveness prayers. I have some coaches and mentors that I work with, and I'm always working on my mindset. And the final thing is have a spiritual practice. Truly, that in itself will save you. It will give you perspective and comfort in the hardest times in life. So that's what I have for you today. And I hope it resonates. I hope it helps you. I sincerely do. And if you do want to work with me and you want to have some guidance and support, I have a monthly membership called Elevate. We work on all of these different things. We work on the physical body. We work on mindset and movement to some extent, as well as bringing in certain gentle spiritual practices as well to help guide you and support you through your own evolution. So if you're interested in any of that, make sure that you check the caption below this video when this video is, there's a link. There's a live link right now if you want to go check it out. And I really love what I've created in Elevate. It is all of the tools and the practices that I use in my own life that I have used to go from, being broke and desperate to all the things that I have created now. And abundance is your birthright. Health is also your birthright. And it is really, really important to understand what are the practices that are going to help guide you there. So thank you so much for taking the time to be here live. If you are catching this in the replay, thank you so much for being a part of the online community. Feel free to share this video anywhere, share it with anyone you think that really could use this message today. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure that you subscribe because that allows me to continue to create this wonderful content. Have a beautiful first Monday of your year, and I will see you on next week's live. Bye for now.